gut health and the link between here and here is obviously real. Everyone knows that. If you're not feeling well in your gut, it can often, make you foggy. People will talk about, but at Evesham, more and more we're using it, as almost a starting point. Is somebody can have, an emotional experience. They can have an existential crisis that causes a stress response. So it causes their adrenaline to rise and their cortisol levels to rise, and that becomes a chronic stress. What our bodies do is stops all non-essential items, because our bodies are thinking in primitive terms that it's a saber-toothed tiger and we've got to have the adrenaline to run away from or fight the saber-toothed tiger. So therefore, having good skincare or good, lining in your stomach isn't going to mean much if you've been eaten by the saber-toothed tiger. So it shuts down those non-essential items. So what happens is you're in that chronic state of stress and your stomach stops working. So it also affects the absorption of into your body when you're eating things, and that can then affect the chemical release to feel balanced and to have good mood, for want of a better term. And people think that it goes from the stress response, the chronic stress response, to the mood. People don't look at the physical reaction that the stress response has had. And we've been doing this with a number of students recently, and again, it's had really positive, immediate response. Something at Evesham that we talk about is that we want to be able to give, immediate solution. And so if your stomach isn't right, it's inevitably going to have an effect, even if it happens slowly. It becomes a chronic thing because you're not absorbing enough into your stomach. And there's a lot that can be done. The key that I would say to everyone is, are you getting your vitamins, your minerals, your supplements? They're life-changing, because when I'm struggling, when I know that this is causing a fog here, getting that realignment in my stomach is such an important part of being able to live my best life. And definitely with the students we're working with right now, a number of them are going through that kind of regime and building up a regime and observing and monitoring what they're eating and how it might be affecting what they're putting inside them is affecting this. Look at that as part of the emotional response to the stress response, to the effect that it has on our non-essential physical occurrences, needs, and that affecting mood, and knowing that's that full cycle. So hopefully that's definitely something we can talk more about down the line as well. All right.